Sophia and Arthur carved a life together in Lisbon, a strange duo who are yet integral to the community's fabric. Despite Arthur's desire for privacy, they left an indelible mark. 6 years passed, shadowed by Sophia's eventual passing. One fateful day, their home stood deserted. Both Sophia and her youthful companion vanished, a mystery echoing through the village. On the windswept Atlantic shore, a solitary grave was found, a simple resting place. But Arthur, as secretive as ever, had left no trail. In their absence, the whispers of their tale were carried by the ocean breeze, a memory interwoven with the tides of time. Hether the sailor, your kindness having pulled him back from the precipice of madness, earned himself a simple tale. His presence graced ships as a valued crewmate, a tireless toiler and gifted spinner of stories. In early voyages, he wove intricate narratives of fantastical beasts, sunken lands, and ancient monarchs, captivating fellow sailors. But an insidious ailment gnawed at his memory. With years, recollection dwindled. Slowly, his past eroded until even his own name slipped through his grasp. Hether's chronicle, marked by your compassion, cast a poignant light on the ephemerality of memory and the fragile threads that weave our identities. In her initial recapture of Cordoba, the Campeadora arrived as an avenging force, not a liberating one. But now, times had changed. After wresting the ancient city from the Africans, she bestowed upon it a new name, a tribute to her departed daughter, Paz. However, with the war page grappling with the loss of a node, the city's grasp was tenuous. Cordoba evolved from a mere city into a fortress, a hardened front line in Hispania's ongoing struggle, its fate woven intricately into the very fabric of the war. In southern Hispania, generations of augurs and sibyls offered sacrifices to the gods, seeking divine guidance through haruspicy. The gods of mainframe at times communicated through sacred windows, shaping faithful lives. A rebel named Rani, however, ignited upheaval. She denounced the gods as spectral remnants or worse. A violent civil war ensued, dismantling the priesthood. Rani seized power, governing with tyranny rather than wisdom, sowing scorn. Ultimately, her people turned on her, yearning for peace. Her death ended a turbulent era. Sacred windows fell silent, a chorus of divine guidance extinguished. The field of time, abandoned, scattered its people to the winds, their fates diverging like leaves adrift. In the end, Adalberto Miachi remembered his humanity and forgot everything else. He bloomed into the finest of fathers, grandfathers, and men, a paragon within the walls of Leon. As the years flowed, he tended to the ailments of locals, safeguarded the city during turmoil, and emerged as its valiant protector. His service earned him a seat in the city council, where his sagacious rule steered Leon through trials, guided by the wisdom of age. Amadea's joy at her father's return was profound, but her daughter's happiness ran even deeper. Alicia gained not just a grandfather, but a mentor. Evenings saw Adal unfurl the old sword from its perch, recounting tales of his exotic European adventures. Doubt may have shrouded these extraordinary accounts, yet it's whispered that Alicia's greatness was nurtured by his steadfast presence, a choice that charted her path to becoming a formidable woman in her own right. From you, Steelbeam gleaned a pivotal truth, the art of forgiveness. Settling in Leon, he embraced a role in nurturing the city's burgeoning infrastructure. Yet shadows of his past resurfaced, ensnaring him. Tragically, his story ended as agents of the cluster silenced him in his slumber. Steelbeam's journey, from redemption's grace to the darkness of his demise, held within it the fragile balance of human experience. The fate of Alabaster, once renowned as the world's most beautiful woman, remains shrouded in mystery. Yet her legacy endured through the son she bore for Rattler. Emerging from his shadowed ancestral abode, the youth grew into a cunning and savage figure. His deeds, while not as malevolent as his father's, cast ripples that would mold Europe's destiny in the years that followed. A new narrative, born from the past's enigma, wove its path into the intricate tapestry of Europe's evolving saga. Unity's quest culminated in the discovery of her vault, a haven of serenity she'd long sought across European roads. Nurturing a child in this refuge posed challenges, yet the aid of devoted companions lightened the load. Within the vault's expanse, Unity shaped an unusual yet remarkable daughter, content in her selfless choice. Yet a whisper of curiosity lingered. What if she'd journeyed east to Baikonur, where enigmatic wonders brushed the cosmos? The musings drifted, a legacy for her daughter to ponder, a legacy hinting at uncharted marvels beyond the celestial bounds. Unity's story found its tranquil ending, leaving a trail of wonder and contemplation in its wake. Thanks to your actions, unity was forged between the lake people and the shore people against the tyrant Baldanders, for strength lay in their numbers. Storming the keep, the brave clanners encountered fierce and unforeseen resistance. From deep cellars emerged scores of deformed beings, armed and utterly deranged. Unbeknownst to the clanners, they were once their own kin, siblings and offspring turned into horrifying remnants. Baldanders fought with ruthless precision, yet in the end, he found himself cornered upon the outer wall. Desperate to avoid capture, he plunged into the great lake below, seemingly choosing death over disgrace. Little did they know, breathing water was no challenge for a being like him, a thing whose enigmatic nature defied mortal limitations. Richard's journey ended, bereft of Martinet in his Pyrenean village. There he embraced a life of humble grace, forsaking grandeur for tranquility. Amidst the mountain's embrace, he vowed before any willing deity that his footsteps would forever shun distant horizons. His existence, unadorned yet rich, became a testament to steadfast commitment to the sanctuary he called home. The vow held, and his story whispered through the hills, a pledge etched into the very essence of his village, a promise of contentment found within its nurturing heart. 5 years after he lost his adoptive sons, Vicaron and Berenger, Opolis died in his sleep. The loss of his sons infused him with an enduring sorrow, casting a shadow that he never emerged from. Laid to rest in a serene glen near Mont Saint-Michel, Opolis rejoined the landscape where he first found his beloved sons. The cycle completed, a testament of love and leadership engraved in the gentle embrace of nature. Peril found himself wed to Opolis's daughter, Burgundafara. Though resenting the restraint at first, love kindled between them. After Opolis's passing, Peril's role shifted, supporting his wife through Britain's intricate social maze. They united their claims to the throne, averting the chaos of succession, their bond fortified against the looming threat of Leviathanics off the Breton coast. In later years, Perel revisited his fascination with submersibles, delving beneath the sea's surface. Tales whispered of his uncovering riches and marvels, along with eerie tales, domes in the depths and specters of giants lurking in murky water. The sleeper prophet Helios' attempt to eliminate his former captor had faltered. Helios, however, endured, and vengeance harbors diverse avenues. Concealed within Franca's shadows, he gathered strength and alliances over time. Revenge's blueprint adapted with the emergence of the Leviathanics, deferring his plans. Helios' narrative, an intricate interplay of vendetta and evolving circumstances, continued its course amidst the backdrop of the shifting tides. From the fragments gathered, the enigmatic Rudisind remains entrenched in his ancient role, tending to Europe's distant past through the cleansing of aged paintings. As a servant to many, he persists, offering guidance to budding adventurers, steering them towards destiny's course. The crossroads, forever etched in your memory, remains a site of sorrow and anguish, a place where everything unraveled. Yet, to the humble denizens of this settlement, much remains veiled. For years, they've sought answers about their de facto leader, the enigmatic Ogier. Unbeknownst to them, he lies beneath their feet, hidden within the shadows of the city's ancient bunker. In his dormant form, he safeguards a formidable beast, shielding the inhabitants from untold peril and ensuring their oblivious tranquility endures. The weight of his sacrifice remains a silent guardian, unknown and uncelebrated in the heart of the crossroads. In the aftermath of your deeds, Toulon found stability under Hamza's unyielding reign. The city reclaimed its functional stride. Being the honest man he was, Hamza sought to repay you, but the cruel world showed no leniency. Despite his efforts to negotiate with the Bank of Commerce, no soul seer in Tripoli vouched for the raider. Forced to relinquish his African holdings for fresh capital, Hamza faced daunting struggles. The specter of the reawakened Pharaohmancers, spurred by his brother's demise, cast a shadow over the once great Hamza in the trying years that followed. Commando Prime Charcutier, burdened with trepidation, sensed trouble when the Red Pack failed to return from their Breton mission. Consumed by a thirst for vengeance against those who annihilated his deadliest strike force, he yearned to retaliate but dared not risk it. He believed his heinous acts would remain unchallenged indefinitely, until destiny intervened. A seasoned investigative squad, commanded by a merciless Hippocrat, descended upon him with the consultant's inquiries and the provost's orders. Charcutier, now prey in the treacherous swamps, met his end while cursing your names, forever immortalizing the wrath you unleashed upon him. Venturing to the mountain fortress, Victor unveiled the damning proof of Lydia Lautrec's corruption before the cult. Some hailed him a hero, yet Lydia's influential allies cast a shadow even as the trial coerced her resignation. Victor chose an honorable exit, opting for discharge. For years, he and his cherished starman traversed Europe, finding adventure and work wherever they could. Amidst these threads of destiny, Victor wove a tale of justice, love, and enduring purpose. When their wanderlust was satisfied, the duo settled in northern Hispania. There, Victor's skilled hands wrought a modest paper mill, granting a life of comfort to the aging couple. As Lautrec's departure scattered the red berets like sand in the wind, Cern found solace in retirement. Nola ascended to administrative heights under Corps Commander German's leadership, and Guillaume continued his explosive expertise. Yet a tradition persisted. Biennially, the dwindling Red Berets reconvened in a secluded villa. Amidst shared memories and libations, they toasted to their most fearless and audacious leader, their commander of old. In this ritual, camaraderie and recollection intertwined, etching a legacy of valor and brotherhood that time could not erode. Lautrec fled Hispania, vanishing into Franca's murky marshes. Re-emerging in Borca, he donned the mantle of highwayman and outlaw, preying on tax collectors and becoming a fugitive. His brand of justice persisted, a beacon for destitute farmers and ranchers on Borca's fringe. A solitary figure, he stood as their folk hero, untouched by companionship, romance, or a home. Lautrec embodied unbridled freedom, traversing his self-carved path, a testament to a life wholly unrestrained. When Stai's journey first intertwined with these once strange souls, she could never fathom how tightly they'd bond, forming an unbreakable family. Parting ways brought forth bitter tears, for growing up and leaving home weighs heavy on the heart. Purgare, her homeland, beckoned with a yearning she couldn't ignore. Returning to her childhood home, she emerged as a seasoned warrior, an astute diplomat, and above all, a woman grown. Claiming her ship and assembling her crew, she swiftly sowed fear across the Mediterranean. In the years that followed, the name Stai Zito, Pirate Queen, echoed along the coasts. Berenger's tranquil existence was shattered by the commanding grasp of the formidable Anubian Imbali. Merely hours after his rebirth, life's fabric unraveled. What was known as family became mirage, faith cast in a pale light. Imbali's grasp held Berenger, his pure lineage a whispered secret. In dreams, the jackal's voice heralded his fated path. Escape's siren call proved futile along the Mediterranean route, for Africa awaited the crucible of his training. Years passed. Doubts festered. Could liberation persist amidst this newfound cult? Amidst his deepest despair, he'd retrieve a crumpled letter, a shard of hope smuggled from Europe. His sister's voice, his lifeline through turmoil. Amidst uncertainty, the bond of family endured, a fragile beacon guiding Berenger in the shadows of destiny's tumult. Summoning his allies, Kranzler, beset by faltering health, embarked on his final crusade against Cairo. The Campedora's advance, countered by scourgers sent by the Anubians, let Kranzler carve a brutal passage through what was once Egypt. Amidst encounters with enigmatic Anubians and the devastating psychovores, many preservists were sacrificed. Kranzler's journey reached its zenith in Cairo, beneath the monumental pyramids. Facing an inhuman peril, he met his end, a visionary confronting a singular threat only he comprehended. In death, Kranzler's legacy melded with the sands of time, the epic culmination of his ambition, and the ultimate price paid in the name of his conviction. Thanks to your mercy, Dr. Vega's life was spared. Your intervention, coupled with her own errors, instilled a vital lesson in humility, a wisdom that would serve her well in the years ahead. Collaborating with the Preservist Corps, she made remarkable strides in expanding the cult's understanding of the primer and crafting innovative weapons to counter its threats. Yet despite her accomplishments, love remained elusive. Her heart, once open to the experience, found dissatisfaction in the results of a single attempt. Thus, she walked a solitary path, dedicating herself to her work and the pursuit of knowledge. Talos and Elias embarked on a joint journey across Europe, healing many and weaving many strange tales upon the stage. Under Elias' sway, Talos' writing shed its arcane veneer, instead embracing humanity. Many years later, as Elias' breath ebbed in his bed, Talos confronted a novel emotion. Tears flowing for the first time. In Elias' passing, he glimpsed the heart's depth, a profound understanding of the essence of being human, woven through their shared odyssey.